Hello, welcome back to Explore Infinity. As you can see, I've spent a bit of time doing some farming. I've shuffled things around a little bit. This is now a cotton farm because I thought I was going to need a lot of wool, and this is starting to fill out nicely. I have lots of, well, not so much in the crate, but I have had a lot of in there. The essence dust. I've converted a lot of it to higher tiers of magic essence so that I could start building. Well, that's diamond and ender, and this field over here is so I've got some of it locked to diamond and some of it locked to ender. And why is it not playing? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so I've got diamond and ender growing here and feeding into there. That means it'll take a little while still, but I'll be able to get the nuclear power plant up and running. I've had a bit of a problem with power. So I've had to set up some windmills around the place just to keep things ticking over. Yeah, you can see that this is, well, the Stirling engine really isn't cutting it anymore. And I think that's about it. I just started to set up some machines in here. These ones don't have any power yet. I still need to set them up, but that's where I want them. And these have power. You can see there's some redstone and some resonant ender. Because I thought today we could start making a tesseract. We need it for a few things, and the tesseract is going to help a lot. And you can see too, I've made a couple of these ME controllers. They're not really hooked up to anything other than power, and hopefully over time I'll be able to extend it and create an interesting pattern in this center area. But let's start looking at so ender, no, that's not it, ender, tech, no, tech. Alright, so this is what I want to build. I think the first one we have to build, oh, that's not what we want. There we go. The first one we want to build is this one. Electrum's easy, Eye of Ender is easy, tesseract and a flux capacitor. Oh, alright. Nice and easy. Handy having a shift click. That and that. Okay, so now we're going to build a tesseract. So we have to build the frame first, and so for that we need enderium. And so we need enderium dust. So pulverized shiny metal, silver, tin, and a bucket of ender. So we have a little bit of shiny metal, some tin, and some silver. You can see I've got a fair bit of stuff in here now. I've had the digital miner up and running for a little while, and that's gotten me a lot of resources, which is part of the reason why I had to upgrade the power, was because that was all the resources I got from it was just chewing through the system. I need to get some more stuff in there too. I've emptied out all the chests from the quarry. You can see down there, there's no more chests down there. I just set them up with an import bus and just fed it straight into the system, which worked quite well. And bucket. 2 buckets. So this machine that we're building is going to make changing this area. So at the moment it's all just ugly dirt and cobble and stuff. We want to update it to this hex plating, and so this machine device we're going to build will allow us to quickly and easily do that. It just replaces blocks. Alright, so now let's look at Tesseract, the frame. There we go. There's our Enderium blend, so we'll cook that up. Need to make some pyrotheum dust. So we need to go and get some blaze. I think what I'll do is I'll go and do that off camera, and I'll see you shortly. Alright, welcome back. I had to come back. I had to do a restart because coming in and out of the nether causes a lot of lag for me for some reason, and it's annoying. And then I had to also come back because I forgot to bring proper armor and I was getting ripped apart. So it was awesome, yeah. But anyway, I've got some blaze. I now have some pyrotheum dust, which we will now use in our induction smelter. I also found out, let's just turn that back on. I also found out that the induction smelter has a button that is hidden because of the texture pack, which is why we couldn't build steel in here. I was only able to build, no, I should be able to build steel, but I wasn't able to. And so once this is finished cooking, in a second, alright, so if I turn off my texture pack, okay, so now you can see there's a thing called a flux slot, and that is locked. So if I unlock it, and oh, that looks quite different, doesn't it? Alright, so now I'll switch on my texture pack again, this one. Okay, so now I should be able to, so this coal, let's just see if I've got, I do have some dust and some iron. hopefully this works now. Let's see. Aha, there we go. Well, it's at least doing something. Alright, so there you can see I actually do now get refined iron from the induction smelter. So that will make life a lot easier. A lot easier. Trying to find pig iron in the nether is not easy. Okay, so back to Tesseract. So we need hardened glass or fused quartz glass. So nether quartz, I think we've got some of that. We do. Turn on to alloy mode. Only enough to make one. Alright, so I think we better grab some more nether quartz. I'll have to go hunting for it again. Okay. Alright, so we've got enough to make 2 tesseracts, which is good. Stick that in there and that there. Back to tesseract. Our frame. 1, 2. Now we'll go and fill it. Okay, so we whack them in there. It'll take a little while to fill, so we'll come back shortly. Let's see what else we need for our redstone exchanger and eye of ender. Alright, that's pretty easy. We should have we do have ender, so let's make that. And this should be ready. Both of them, good. Now you can see here I have a hardened energy cell, which is what's feeding power to those. It's coming from some more windmills upstairs. That's separate power from this one for the time being, just because I haven't linked it all up. So that, okay, I thought that might be the case. We need to do this. Why is that not working? Oh, we need to make bronze. Okay. So bronze is molten tin and molten copper. So I would say that's 3 copper to 1 tin. So let's make up a bit of a batch. If we do it in here, let's go look at our farm while waiting. Actually, I might just sleep. Okay. So we're getting plenty of ender. That's doing alright. Probably nice. Aha. So we'll just grab all of that. And I'll just chuck it in here for the time being. Alright, let's see how our bronze is going. We have 2 copper left over as well. How much bronze? 16. Alright. One of them, so it's 9. There we go. Of course. Problem with using different machines to create the same thing. I might do. Change that to furnace. Pull. And run it through there. Okay. Chuck all that back, and we'll look at Tesseract. That one. I'll set both of them like that. And then we go and tech. And oh. Alright. Okay, I just didn't like shift clicking it. And I think later on we'll probably want to make one of these, in fact. I've probably got the resources for it. Maybe I'll try, see what happens. Wrong one. We want that one. yes. Because I made the bars and the pyrotheum, but I used them all up. We'll make it up another time. I don't need to make it now. I can show off this one. I think we just need to charge it up. Well, it has quite a bit of charge. We'll go and grab some construction materials. And then we'll just try it. Alright, that's enough for the time being. So what we can do is we shift, right click, and now it's set to the block we want, and you can see the white area is the area that it's going to exchange for us. So if we click, I think right click, bang, and there you can see it's exchanged, given us the cobblestone, and it's taken some of our hex plating. And we'll only do, well, we'll do that area, but if there's different materials, so you can see that material, it will only do that material. We'll also do ore. There's the copper in our inventory. And if we accidentally click on something we don't want, well, but we can always change it. So if we shift right click, it will change it to the different item. It's a bit hard to see, but up in the top right, top left corner, you can see the block that it's changing to. It doesn't like lights. There's other ways of doing this. You can do it with a wand of equivalent exchange from Thorncraft. But this is a bit easier to get, especially because I've gone more the tech path at the moment. I haven't looked at any magic crops yet. Magic crops. Magic mods. Until it's a Monday morning. Okay, so I'm all out of blocks. But that's already looking a lot better. And you can see how much it's used quite a bit of charge as well. Let's just stick that in there. And these other blocks we'll have to put in their crates as well. This can go over here. There we go. So it's fairly easy once you've got the resources for it. Of course, having Ender and Blaze makes this much easier. Okay, so on to the next project. Okay, so I think our next project will be applied energistics again. And we're going to look at making some dense cable. And so for that, where is our basic dense cable? Alright, I don't know. I don't really want black, I just want, there we go. So dense cable is glowstone, redstone and covered cable. Covered cable is glass cable and wool. So we need quartz fibre. And we should have some more of that here. A little bit. So I'll grind up some of this. We'll leave this grinding. because we don't want it to cook it and turn into silicon. I'm not sure if it will, but just in case. And now we're going to grab some of our cotton. Hello. Wool. That gives us plenty of wool. This will give us enough to get started. So back to applied. So we want some cable. There's a stack, so that's good. Let's make some. Not smart cable, is it? It's covered cable that we're after. That. Let's start with 10 and see how we go. So now I make some dense cable. Alright, so we only make 2 for the time being. Well, that's okay. What we'll do now is I'll just put it here. Nope. Like that. And let's grab this. And we'll stick that. No, not like that. Not like that. Maybe I need a cable. Stick that on there. And there we go. Device online. And so, because this is dense cable, it can take 32 channels. So you'd normally see lines appearing on there, but because there's only one channel being used up by that, you can't see any lines. But at the top of the screen you can see that it's using one of 32 channels. And seeing as that's what we want, this is our tunnel leading through. I might just move this across. Like that. Stick that back there. And then our dense cable is going to come down like that, and then we're going to run it all the way down there. So that's going to take a fair bit of resources. I don't want this dirt block. By putting this dense cable in, and we're going to run it all the way along, like I said, and then when we get to our bays, we can have other cable coming off it and spreading out into these areas, so that it will all eventually connect back to the main computer terminal. but to do it, we can only have 32 channels. And so if we were to say automate one of these machines, each one will require 2 channels. So we'd need to use one channel to put redstone into here, and another channel to, well, this one doesn't take out, this one takes out, another channel to take out. But then we also need an interface to tell it what to build, so to put things in. So there's 3 channels at least on this set of machines, and then another 3 channels. So that's going to chew up a lot of channels. So if we have, 10 machines, there's all the channels used up on this one cable. We could make more of these, and we can run more cable. If we take that off, and I just make up some, let's put that back there. I've already made some cable anchors. So we put that on there. You can see straight away they join up. We don't want this to join up, so if we put a cable anchor on there and then put that there, you can see that they don't join up. The cable anchor stops it. So we could run 2 sets of dense cable all the way down the corridor with cable anchors in between. That could get a bit messy. So we'll look at, we don't have time to do it this time, but next time we'll look at applied and import bus. We can never find peer-to-peer tunnel, and we'll be using peer-to-peer tunnel ME to create subnetworks for each of our machine bays. So I think that will have to be it for today, and next episode we'll take a look at peer-to-peer tunnels and increasing the size of our network just by connecting it to one dense cable and building up a network from there. And the other thing too is the more we have connected to the network, the more power it's going to use, and so we may have to start looking at really seriously getting our reactor up online. But until next episode, see you later.